Hey, so today I wanted to talk about the original plan for Taskmaster in the movie Thunderbolts. So obviously spoiler alert for Thunderbolts if you haven't seen it yet. But this guy or girl or whatever, My Time to Shine Hello, they're a pretty prolific leaker for studio films and stuff, and recently they revealed what was changed from the original Thunderbolts story concerning Taskmaster's original plot. Yeah, let's talk about it. So I'm gonna read what they say, and throughout we can kind of discuss things, because as I said in my review, even if people believe that it was for shock value or whatever, what happened to Taskmaster, I couldn't help but think it was, there was something off with it, you know? It was just too random. And there we go. We have an original story for her that was basically entirely cut out, so that's why it felt that way. So yeah, let's read it. So Antonia is Taskmaster, right? Yeah. Antonia shows up in OXC's Vault Level 5, sent by Val to kill John Walker. She recognizes Yelena from the Red Room days and fights like a machine, using her mimicry and reflexes to dodge and strike. The team realizes Val's playing them, and when they're trapped in an incinerator, Antonia's confusion hints there's a deeper issue with it. She opens up about her past. An explosion at night messed up her brain, the one caused by Black Widow, leaving her with a patchy memory after years of lab experiments. She snaps at Walker for being a jerk about it. This vulnerability bonds her with Yelena and Ava/Ghost, who gets her pain. Ava makes a video for Antonia with her explaining things in it to help her every time she feels lost. Antonia saves the day by spotting the sonic barrier's power source and stabbing it with her sword, letting Ava phase out to free them from the incinerator. Post-explosion, her memory glitches and she attacks Walker again until Ava jogs her memory with the video she made. They all share Skittles, and that's a bonding moment. Alright, so obviously they're already setting up this ongoing thing about her memory for some reason and attacking John Walker. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like that would have been a bit too much, like this character's traumatized, as PTSD or brain injury or whatever, and it's like a running joke that they're getting, like they can't remember. I don't know, it just doesn't seem that funny to me on paper, but maybe it would have been funny, I don't know. Or maybe there's a reason why they cut this out, because it wasn't funny. In the elevator shaft escape, Antonia shares her history, her dad's accident, lab life, and Val's false promise to fix her if she do work for her. She connects with Ava over shared trauma. On the vault roof, Antonia anchors a helicopter with a grappling arrow to mess with Val's goons and gets stuck in foam until the team frees her. The plan flops. After Bucky ambushes them, Antonia's memory flickers, but she recalls punching Walker. Funny scene. Ha ha ha. She is the only one who's able to get free and kicks Bucky's ass in a fight. He's impressed by her mimic abilities until he outsmarts her. Her story of Val's control softens Bucky. He releases the others and joins the plan to stop Val. But not before they take a breather and share some Skittles. Was this like originally sponsored by Skittles or something? Okay, can I just say, seeing Taskmaster fight Bucky, that would have been fucking epic. You know, that would have been really cool if they got Taskmaster right in the scene. Will we see the scene leak eventually? Probably not, because Disney's pretty good usually at keeping leaks, you know, hunkered down, unlike Warner Bros. All their shit seems to be leaking all the time. And it seems like Taskmaster, Antonia, is very verbal about her history. Like, would this have become a meme, like how Kingpin's like, when I was a boy? Like, how many times do we have to hear about your origin, bro? At the airfield, Antonia backs Yelena's call to save Walker and Bob after they were taken by Val, seeing them as part of their team. She storms the Avengers Tower, tearing through guards, and tells Walker he belongs, hitting him hard emotionally. They share Skittles. Skittles again! But there's clearly a little arc about Taskmaster and John Walker, you know, starting off on shaky ground, and then now they're friends. Whoa, yeah, Skittles. This Skittles thing is so weird, I can't lie. Like, if this wasn't sponsored by Skittles or whatever brand makes Skittles, it would have just been so weird. Actually, it would have been weird if they were sponsored by Skittles, because it would have been like the most plain as day product placement, and I feel like everyone would just be like, really? Like 3 times? Really? In the showdown in the penthouse, Antonia nearly kills Val but stops short. So is that like what John Walker did? Like how he almost pulls out his gun and he gets stopped? When Sentry arrives, she's shocked but fights hard, teaming with Ava. Sentry wipes them out, she tosses her weapons to sway Sentry, helping spark his doubt about Val's orders. Oh my god, I cannot read. He doesn't listen, Antonia escapes with the team. Rest of it is pretty much the same as it was in the film, but with Taskmaster involved. The movie ends with the new Avengers sharing Skittles. Well, I can see why they cut Taskmaster out because, you know, they want to give more room to the other characters, and, you know, there was another article by The Hollywood Reporter, and that one illuminated that Bucky wasn't meant to come in until way later. Apparently he wasn't even like involved in the whole thing, and when the director read the fucking... Is it the director? Who is this guy? So when the original writer of Thunderbolts, before it got handed off to maybe possibly some more talented people, when he read the new version of the script, apparently he was really shocked by Taskmaster's death, which is fair because the script that he wrote, she lasts throughout the entire movie. So from this The Hollywood Reporter article, they ask him about whether the new Avengers was always in the mix for what this movie should become. And apparently he says that was a Kevin Feige thing. I told him I wanted to do a Thunderbolts movie, and the way in was going to be through Yelena bringing them together against Valentina. Blah 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 blah. And then Kevin said, I think that she should call them the Avengers. And I was like, whoa, okay. And then he was like, okay, cool. I don't know what your plan is for the new Avengers. And then there were many discussions. Capital N, lowercase n, like the new Avengers, or just like the new Avengers. That's valid questions, to be honest. Apparently the name Thunderbolts was always part of the soccer team, the childhood soccer team. It was never part of the Ross Thunderbolts like it was in the comics, which is fair enough because I don't want any fucking connection to Brave New World in this movie. That would have brought it like 2 points down alone. So yeah, Antonia Dreykov / Taskmaster, she had a close relationship with Ava / Ghost. Seems to be some sort of sister relationship that they kind of grew together in the original plan for the movie. But in terms of her death, he said, we wanted to surprise the audience and raise the stakes and say, yeah, there's danger here. No one's safe. No one fucking believed that Taskmaster was making it past like 30 minutes into the movie, okay? Like, who are you fooling? I know he's probably just saying this because he doesn't want to shit talk any writers or anything, but like, let's be real, bro. Oh yeah, that really set the standards for how no one's safe. We all knew that she was gonna die, okay? And also, apparently, Yelena was gonna confront Val about her plot in the Hawkeye series because Val sent Yelena to kill Clint Barton, Hawkeye, and apparently that was blah, blah, like, oh, whoa, what? You didn't kill Natasha? What? That's crazy. And apparently Yelena was gonna confront Valentina about that because Valentina basically lied to her, and then Valentina was gonna be like, set you up, I paid for you to do this job and you chose to do it. So I don't know if that would have been a good addition because I don't think a lot of people watched the Hawkeye series, so people would just be confused. So I don't mind that being cut out. But yeah, that's quite interesting. I think it was a good solid film for the MCU, like I said in my review, and I think, in my opinion, overall these were the right steps to change up the movie, you know, because apparently in another leak, the original version of the script, it had them in the bunker for the majority of the movie until the third act. That doesn't, like, what? And that's when Bucky would join. Bucky would have joined at the third act, like he would have been completely disassociated from like the first 2 acts of the movie. And that's why I said in my review, like, what, like, it felt so weird because there wasn't really a second act. There was like that truck chase scene where Bucky comes in, but I was like, there's just something weird about it, and that explains a lot because apparently they just didn't have a second act and they just kind of, you know, try to do as much as they could, like with the truck scene, like, yeah, this is kind of a second act, we need something between the bunker and the final act. So, you know, I think those were definitely the right changes because it was definitely better than nothing, because if they didn't have that, it would be like, yeah, this was just 2 halves of a movie, you know, from the bunker to New York City. And that would have been kinda not good. So yeah, I do feel bad for the actress. Hopefully she got paid a lot. Actress for Taskmaster, yeah, hopefully she got paid a lot. And, you know, it's a job in the end, but yeah, I think everyone can agree that Taskmaster was wasted in the MCU.